Yeah, definitely the wrong place. Wrong place for UE5 leaks. Check it. You guys can
Come
hear
on,
me
just one.
fine. No.
We can
You
hear
can
you.
you can wait literally less than 1 week for the next update. Less than 1 week. Lordo, I sent you a DM. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
I
you did.
just replied.
Awesome. Yeah, we should showcase that. I think it's important for everyone here. GM Neo, Brujo, Foul. How's it going, Foul? Falcor, brother, are you on vacation? I thought you were on vacation. No vacation from the Atlas Discord. I like that. We will start in some minutes. I don't know if more people will be joining, but we have a bunch of legends here already, so that's completely fine. Samsur, man. I can't wait to show what you're cooking. Are you preparing I don't want to spoil anything. Are you preparing a little video?
Yeah, we are. And we have some exciting news. Falcor has joined our team.
Ooh, nice.
And he's taking the lead on the video right now.
Nice. All legends.
Hey, is my mic working here? I got some shitty
Yep.
earbuds, but awesome.
Perfect. Can hear you. I think we can get started now, if that's all right. Take her out, GM. How's it going, brother? Okay, I think we can get started. Take her out. We hear some feedback from your mic, in case you want to mute your hot micing. So welcome everyone to the third ever public builder hour sync. Basically, if you don't know, if this is the first time that you join, we want to have this as a space for anyone that is building something in the Atlas ecosystem, using the IP, using the programs, anything, to have a place to sync, ask questions, request stuff as well. So definitely, if you have any questions, if you need anything from our team, if you have any dev questions, we usually try to reply to them. I don't see any of our devs right now, but I'll send them a ping in case there are any developer-related questions. If not, we can just bring them up and reply them later. I just have a few things on my side of the agenda. So the first one is for the more of the developers side here. There's a bounty that Brian has posted. If you didn't see it, I'll put it here in the chat. But basically, he is placing a $500, 500 USDC bounty for whoever builds a script or a program or something that can send crew directly from Tensor to Sage. It's a pretty generous bounty, honestly. $500 for that. I'll send a screenshot as well in case anyone doesn't have access to the message. But it's a $500 bounty for building a script. I think he's trying to buy a bunch of crew on Tensor, like a couple thousand, but he doesn't want to go through all the pain of having to send that over with the ledger. Imagine how many clicks that is. Will be insanely painful. So he placed a little bounty there. Not little, it's actually pretty generous. So if there are any developers with the knowledge to do something like that, I'm sure that that is a solution that maybe big players in Sage could use. We don't have that tool, Lordo. We have a script that helps you transfer from one profile to another, I think. or a script that lets you transfer from our UI to Sage, but not from Tensor. Not from Tensor. So he's requesting one that can send it from Tensor. That is the difference here. I think even if you find out a way to do that on Tensor, like from the Tensor, from Byte on Tensor, then you can connect that with our program. But I think in this case, Tensor is probably the bottleneck. Again, I am not knowledgeable enough here. But I think that is kind of the bottleneck. So if any developers are interested in that bounty, I think it's actually generous bounty for developers. So give it a try. Let's see. I just pinged Donovan to see if he will join from our team. Yeah, Takerat. Yeah, I think he's referring to being able to purchase big quantities on Tensor and receiving them in Sage directly. So yeah. You can send 100 plus crews in one click on Tensor. Can you? When I was trying to buy and sell in Tensor with Ledger, it's I had to click an insane amount of times, literally. So I don't know. I was listing some for sale though, so I don't know if it works the same for buying. I actually don't know. But yeah, you have to sign a bunch of transactions from what I recall. And yeah, so he's requesting that if you want to take a look, want to try your best at developing a little script or a little program to help Brian, I'm sure it could also be something that you can monetize in the future. Donovan, welcome, my friend. Sorry I sent the ping a little bit late. We're talking about one thing related to developers.
Hey, trash bags. I have a few.
Agent Solas, I think you're hot micing unless you are trying to speak here. I'll mute you just in case. We don't want to hear anyone's private life, you know? But yeah, TT Donovan, in case you know, there's a bounty placed in community developers. So I don't know if we can help with that or not. But there's a bounty for buying huge amounts of crew on Tensor and transferring them to Sage. So I'm letting people here know about that one. So that was one of the updates. I think it's pretty cool. If anyone knows how to build that, do it. And I'm sure you can charge a little amount, maybe if you want for this. I'm sure our whales will be willing to pay a little bit. So yeah. Then another thing that I wanted to share is that we already have some people building using the Discord API, which is actually pretty cool. So if you don't know what that is, we basically have an API that can pull Discord messages from team members. And Funcracker and Intergalactic Hair already built something using that. We showcased that during yesterday's brew. Let me actually pull it up here in case anyone missed that. What was the link? atlasspace.io. And I'll send the link in the chat in case anyone wants to check it out as well. So anyone can build using this API. I think you only need a key if you want to use it. I'll share the link in the chat. I kind of feel observed, spied when I look at my messages there, but I think it's a good, cool feature. So I'll screen share really quick what Afia built, what Funcracker put together, which is this app here, webpage, screen sharing right now in case anyone wants to join the stream. That is actually pretty cool. So if you go here to Team Tracker, you can filter all messages from team members. It will give you all the channels, but you can filter for specific channels. And you can also filter for people. So, for example, I don't want to see all the spam that I post. Like that one, Anthony, yes. My reply to Bob. That's definitely not not great to showcase, but you can, context will probably be nice actually. But yeah, that was a reply to Bob. So yeah, context will be nice, but let's use Xcode as an example, a guy that doesn't really shitpost like I do. So you can get basically the messages here from them. And I think Funkhacker was working on adding Foundation Room. So maybe that's coming soon. But yeah, you can check team members. And I think Swagner was here. But I think Swagner hasn't sent a message in a long time. I am not sure. But if you, here's Swagner. Waiting for 550. Jesus, can't even leak an internal doc without you guys saying we're on a deadline. So yeah, you can see what the team members are saying. Nah, Lordo, come on, bro. We need those numbers. You have to keep posting on Discord. So yeah, I think this is a cool example of what you can build with the little API that we opened up. And also wanted to highlight this one as well. I think it's actually super cool what they built. It's a meetup tracker for Star Atlas, and it gives you the pin where the meetup location is, and then also gives you the details on the meetups that are happening and what's going on in each of them. So Star Atlas Meetup Valencia, Star Atlas Meetup Utrecht, the Star Atlas Comet, and I love Katir. Thank you for that screenshot as well of me telling people that I ordered Subway. I think Funkaka should remove my messages as a whole, probably, unless they are in Foundation Room or somewhere like that. Unnecessary for anyone that opens Atlas Base to know that that I ordered Subway. Oh man. So yeah, you guys can go check Atlas Base out right now. Andromeda, I muted you because you were hot micing, just in case. $5 foot long. Dude, actually, in Argentina, Subway is quite expensive. For the foot long, we pay like $10 for the Subway foot long in Argentina. It's crazy. Also, the Big Mac, I think it's one of the most expensive in the world. Isn't it $5 for you guys? What do you mean that's cheap? A Big Mac here is like $15, by the way. Not relevant to this conversation, of course, but yeah. We break the Big Mac index. I think we're the most expensive Big Mac in South America, or maybe in America as a continent as a whole. I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty broken here. McDonald's, it's expensive. So yeah. What else? Oh, yeah, one more thing is anyone building something using the build program, the IP, anything, if you want to showcase it to the community, we have Community Week upcoming. So literally next week, Community Week will be starting. And during the event, we'll have commercial blocks for you guys to showcase with your ads. So if you want to create a commercial ad of 2 minutes max, doesn't need to be insanely high quality. Of course, the better quality, more quality better, you know. But you can send us a 2-minute long video max for us to showcase during the events what you're building. And it's going to be one of the weeks with the, hopefully, the most engagement that we get from the community, because everybody will want to be active and collect the golden tickets. So it's a great way to get exposure to the Atlas community as a whole. So if you're building something, or you have already built something, and you want exposure to the Atlas community and hopefully new members as well, I highly encourage you guys to not miss that opportunity and showcase that. and you can send me a video on DMs, and we will. I'll put it during we'll play it during the events. So, Anthony, if you want to create a video for rentals or whatever you're building, Lordo, I don't think I received anything from you guys in what you're building. We'll showcase everything but the escrow market, you know. And
Yeah, I understand that one.
yeah. So yeah, don't miss that opportunity. It's a good way to showcase what you're building. So easy. Falcor, I see you typing. I want to get a video of the Phoenix boss, dude. I think that will be a missed opportunity. And Gallia Merchants, of course, waiting for that one as well. Don't forget to send me your videos before deadline. I mean, as soon as you can send it, better, because I'm already putting together the drive. But if you want to work on it during the weekend, you can send it to me on Sunday or Monday. I think it's all right. Just that from Monday on, we'll be more busy. So before Monday, better. I can take a look during the weekend. Falcor, yeah, I heard you're recording a lot of commercials. Take a rat, copy that. So yeah, I think those are most of the updates, if not all of the updates from our end. Actually, yes, they are. So I don't know if anyone has anything that want to share here, or any questions or any requests. As always, we take a look and try to come back to the next event with new stuff for you guys.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say I've seen a couple of the commercials, and it kind of reminds me of like the Super Bowl. It's like this big yearly event, and it's one of the things that people look forward to. Fun stuff. I'll let Zamzor talk about any kind of new products. We don't want to give anything away regarding that, but yeah, it's good stuff coming. It's a little bit tight down here in Florida, working on vacation, but it's all very exciting. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it as well. Yeah, Lordo, go for it.
Yeah. Like I might have something that could be useful. So we set up a PIP last week for a Rogue Data Hub, like a community-run API service for all Star Atlas related data. Yeah, basically just for developers to get access to the on-chain data without needing to decode every program or every transaction every time, and just have a database where they can just pick it up.
Nice.
Yeah, like it's in draft at the moment. I don't know how the process exactly goes from there, if it still needs thumbs ups or something like that, or if it's just finalizing the proposal.
Did you get the 25 thumbs up in the first stage?
The first stage is done.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need any more thumbs up. I think now how the process goes is the council will review it, and if the draft looks good, it will go up for voting.
Yeah, it's not finished yet for draft because we kind of are looking for people that are willing to help us index all these programs. Because currently we have 20 different programs that need to be indexed if we want all the information out there. And we kind of wanted to have it set up with a bounty board where we just say, okay, this program has this amount of data, or we need these fields from these programs, and set up a bounty and make those public, and have other developers help creating the API as well.
Nice.
So yeah, I would love to have a discussion there, or if people are interested in building or helping there, yeah, would be nice.
So what are you requesting specifically from the DAO? Is it like a budget, funding, or?
Yeah, for the DAO, we're now basically asking budget to set up the base structure basically, and then additional funding for a bounty for each of the programs. And we want to determine those bounties together with the developers and with the community. We're thinking about like $100 or $200 for the initial setup for each of the programs, and then like a monthly bound or a bonus as long as you upkeep with the program. So if Star Atlas changes anything, you will need to do your changes as well. So the index continues and you keep on earning on your created index.
Interesting. And do you think you will need anything from our end to support that?
Not directly, no. No, yeah, the Iron Forge RPC is basically is something that we're counting on at the moment.
Okay.
There is options to do it through a gRPC, but yeah, those costs would be like $400, $500 a month. So yeah,
You need
that
the free
would
RPC?
yeah, the Iron for like we're now creating a system where it's basically using the regular RPC calls, and then indexes it. But it would be better if the system would run on a gRPC.
Mm-hmm.
But higher
And
costs. So maybe in the future, when the product is live and we have the API going, and there are projects that want to pick up that data or need their own index, or maybe have their own programs that they want indexed in there too, and are able to pay funding for that, and basically grow into the gRPC ourselves, basically. So first start building on a normal RPC, and then as soon as we have revenue, we can go into a gRPC.
Are you in the free RPC program already from our end?
Yeah, Soulwalker is.
So you're using
Like
that
it
now?
was, yeah. Like we're using the API that we got for the Rogue Market, because that basically had everything functional already on a. So yeah, we're now trying to make that in a public setup through this pip. And yeah, if there are any developers that are familiar with how to write an index or set up an index, yeah, it's Rust, PSQL, timescale for the database, and the frameworks will be Poem, API, or SQLX and Anchor IDL.
Nice.
And from what I understood, we will soon have to redo a couple after C4.
A lot, actually.
Yeah, so
We will be communicating beforehand a lot of the changes to you guys, so not all the programs break. But
okay.
we will need to do a huge update to the build documentation. That's for sure. So that means you guys will need to do huge updates to your documentation as
Yeah,
well.
like the pip hasn't been created or is not completed yet, and like there is still time, and maybe like you would give us a glance into the kitchen if there are things already finished that we
No,
can
for
start
sure.
building it, so that yeah, we can basically start as soon as the game launches or
For
C4 launches.
sure. I know engineering is tracking like the communications on when we can share with you guys. So rest assured it will be taken into account. And also, since C4 will launch as a PTR, I think the data structure that we will have in the PTR, and I am not 100% sure about this, but the data structure and the programs structure that we will have in the PTR will be similar, if not the same, as the structure we'll have when C4 is actually fully live. So that PTR will also give you guys enough time in advance to be able to connect with the programs that we'll have for C4.
Yeah, it's good that we have a heads up that we could focus on the programs that will not get changed, like the lockers or something like that. I don't know how many developers we will find, and if we don't find any, like we will have to work through them one by one, I guess.
I think if there are bounties, you can go outside the Stratless community actually, and
Yeah, you
tap,
could even do that. Yes.
tap into like the Solana Turbine or any of
Super
those
clean.
communities. Also, there's, for example, there is a new initiative being launched in Argentina for that. It's called Path to Solana, where we have like new developers that are actually pretty talented from colleges in Argentina, very prestigious colleges that are getting into Solana now, where we could do like we could use those things to run the bounties for them, and it's a good way for them to test and for us to get developers into the ecosystem. So
Yeah, good idea.
happy to work together on that. Just reach out when you feel ready, and I can get that done.
Right, sounds good.
And I see Donovan posting in the chat. Correct. I believe that the plan PTR will be complete. It is the plan for the PTR to be complete, or mostly, and we will only be testing configurations for gameplay. Yes. So we'll be, once the PTR happens for C4, we'll have time to update documentation, update programs, and all that. Because from PTR to actually C4 being live, there's going to be a decent amount of time. I think I'm expecting things to break. I'm expecting mechanics to not work properly, feedback to be taken into account. So yeah, definitely important to spend some time there, and you guys will be able to catch up with the program. So should be good.
Cool. So all the work that I'm putting into this wallet tracker now is in vain then?
To which one? Wallet tracker, you said?
Yeah, let me share my screen.
Are you tracking everyone's wallets?
No, I'm creating a tool where you can track your own wallets. So basically, it will fetch all the balances across all the programs and make an aggregated overview. And you can fetch your transactions within a certain epoch that you select, and it will fetch all the transactions from on chain, and then start calculating the results of programs.
That's actually very interesting. And if you're working on that and we can get access to it, I know that Darwin has created a similar tool that we use internally for support, basically, because we needed to isolate from SoulScan basically all our programs, because we didn't want to know all the other things, all the other transactions and programs that a wallet interacts with. So we actually had to build a custom solution for tracking specifically Stratless programs. So if you want, we can use.
So you're basically saying that you're already doing the indexing. If you would be able to open source that those index, that's basically the API. That's the entire pip that we're creating. Like,
I don't know if we're
it's not
indexing.
decoded yet, but
I don't know if we're indexing ourselves or if we're just filtering what's already available in SoulScan. That is what I will need to check with Darwin.
okay.
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure
like,
it's the second option.
if you guys are already fetching all the transactions for each program and you're able to share that raw data, then we basically only need to make the decoding and the API. That would save the RPC request that we would need to do this ourselves.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's the way it works. I can check, but I also know that our infra team is working on making data more available. This came from a request since Flipside is going to be shutting down the data dashboards and all that. We had multiple requests for direct data points that we can provide. And we also don't want people to call the RPC every time they want to fetch data for their programs, just because that is definitely not an effective way of using the RPC, and it can overload the free RPC program basically in our RPC client. So we're working. I don't know when this is going to happen. I actually have a call with Lucas from our infra team after this. But I know that we are working on adding all the data from fetching all that data to Galaxy. So you guys should only need to be able to connect to Galaxy and fetch the data from there, instead of having to call the chain with the RPC every time that you want to communicate data from it. So should be a huge relief on the RPC usage from our end, and also way faster for you guys to pull data. The thing is, I don't know, since there's a lot going on right now, I don't know when our infra team is actually able to dedicate time to that. But that is an initiative that I will need to check also now that we're having this conversation, if it doesn't collide or it's not double work from what you are proposing, Lordo.
Yeah, it sounds like exactly what the PIP is.
Well, again, need to check, because maybe it is worth it to have what you're building, Lordo, and have the two options,
If you're able to share the raw data, you can create an API with human readable data, like the decoding part and the translation part. You can still set up, but it would reduce the cost or the load on the RPC a lot if we can just pick those transactions up from an API. That would be great.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I know it's an initiative that it's that will happen. I can tell you that it will happen, just because how we have it right now, and since Flipside and all these pages are basically becoming unusable, it is something that we will need to make public and available, just for better data and infrastructure practices. So let me check the status on that and get back to you.
Perfect. Sounds good. Thank you.
Cool. What else? What else? Anyone has anything that needs a request or help or whatever? Remember to send me your videos from for the commercials. I don't think I have anything else from my end. So, there's a question there from Neil Armstrong. Do you know if the PTR will be 100% public from the start, or will it be done by beta testers for initial polishing before open? I think it will go straight up open beta, open PTR, with the proper disclaimers in place, of course. But since it's a test, I think I don't see issues with it going live. But that could change anytime, so don't take that for granted. Yeah, open run similar to Holocene. Yeah. With C4, are we going to have other APIs for game data? That is the conversation that we just had. We will be working on making data more available via Galaxy, and that's an initiative that is being worked on. It's just a matter of when that happens.
And would this also include for UE5? Because I would love to get some data out of there, like match wins and things like that.
I asked Chip about that, actually. Let me find my chat with Chip, because that came up in the last Builder Sync. I think somebody wanted to build a... I know what you wanted. I know. I can see where this is coming from, and I think it's pretty cool. But that's all I'm going to say. But I know... Oh, here it is. I asked Chip this question. He said that there are infrastructure things changing with progression, and a lot of our leaderboards will change and go away, because right now we have to interface with the Epic Online Services stats. So once we are fully connected to the Epic Online Services with the dedicated servers and all that, I think that will happen. The thing is, since the team is so focused, like the UE5 team is just solely focused on developing the game, I don't know if after they release that, like after the next update, they just move on to the next thing, or if they will want to open up new things or data or focus on making that available, you know? It will be a matter of prioritization again. But
Yeah,
Lord, did you
I don't
connect
know.
with the...
Maybe Epic
Yeah,
Store
sorry.
already has that functionality. Could be as soon as you connect to Epic Store that we can pick it up from Epic Store, but
Could be,
that's
hopefully.
something that we need to look at.
Yeah, because there are these, these places like, I think it's tracker.gg, where you can track all the stats for your games and stuff like that. I think Off the Grid is using it. Would be cool if we, because you have to pay to get listed there, and it's not cheap. So if our community builds something custom in the meantime, I think it's actually pretty cool for showcasing stats. But Lord, though, for you and what you're trying to build, I don't know if you connected with the cutoff guys. I'll need to understand better what you want to build exactly, but they are working on a platform for esports, and tracking stats and all that, you know. So happy to make that connection for you if you want. It's actually pretty cool what they're doing. Takerat is asking, any idea about the time when to expect the PTR? You think I'm gonna leak a date here, just like that? Nah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Cannot leak anything here.
Yeah, not for now. Like we're building the ground layers now, and then yeah, as soon as we have that running, we will be expanding. But yeah, it all depends if we can get the game data. Until then, there is no use for it.
Okay. Copy that. Okay. What else? Any other questions? Anything else? Anything anyone wants to share? Request? Whatever? For in real life IP business folks, we've had a pretty big shift on the marketing side of things. What do you mean, Falcor?
Well, I guess anyone who missed that brew yesterday, Dom, this thing of getting outside the bubble, right? A lot of that has to do with creators, right? And IP businesses on the front line and stuff. So we're gonna be sort of having some talks inside the GBA on how we can collaborate some more. So, but no, this all the development stuff is amazing. It's awesome to see what you guys are doing.
Yeah, that's those were big news. That if you guys missed the brew yesterday, it was shared that Dom moved from community team to marketing. He's now our marketing manager. So definitely looking to align with you guys on any marketing initiatives or whatever we can showcase what you guys are doing. So that's also why we want that's a good gift, bro. That actually got me. We want to have like the videos that you guys are producing, because we want to showcase, like for example, maybe with the videos that you submit for community week, then we're planning to make a thread from the community account and say Star Atlas is more than just a game. It's an actual ecosystem, and post all the videos that we got from you, for example. So reusing that wherever we can, because I think that has always been one of the things that surprises external people the most. So I don't know if anyone here was at the Impact Summit. I think Lord or you were. During Impact Summit, we had people from Solana coming. It was actually pretty busy. And they all got super surprised because we had the guild booths and the guilds were showcasing what they're building, and it was pretty epic. And people were coming into our event expecting like just a game, and they found out that we have an ecosystem, that we have guilds, that we have businesses, that there are things going on here. And that gets people pretty bullish overall, for lack of a better word, in Star Atlas as a whole, because we have people like you guys who care about contributing to the vision. So we definitely want to showcase anything that you're building or you're working on and help each other grow, basically. So
Yeah, the stuff really hits different, and actually for the first time, it's been 4 years. I had my first community meetup here, a mini one. It was me and Emperor here in Florida.
nice.
It was 4 years coming, but it was emotional, amazing thing, and I've heard you guys talk about that and the magic of that, and I've now experienced that, and just in other ways too, like we were down there at the with the Millennium Falcon. I posted a video at Disney or whatever, and we had all of our clothes were just Gallia merch. So we're down there and we're talking to people and like, yeah, we're from Oni faction, and people are genuinely curious. So it's getting out of the bubble at that level, and yeah, it's really happening. So good stuff.
Nice. I love that. It's definitely different when you meet in real life. It's a game changer. Absolute game changer. We met with a couple guys here that I know. I met with Shadix. I met with Samsor, Boba Goat, Lordo. Who else? Who else did I meet here? PG, I didn't meet with you, bro. That's pending. But yeah. You met with Miguel, yeah. Miguel is no longer with the team, but it counts. We'll make it count. Santi watched me lose money at the sports book. True. I watched Samsor pick the wrong bets at the Caesars. Very true. So yeah, I think that covers pretty much everything from our end. Let's see. So I'll sync with Lucas about the data. I'll check the internal little program that Darwin built to fetch interactions with the Star Atlas programs or filter interactions with the Star Atlas programs and see if we can open source that somehow for you guys to leverage. So we'll do those two things. Remember to submit your videos before Monday. Send them to me on DMs. If you are a developer, Brian has a bounty, $500 on the line. If you can build a system that can send a couple thousand crews from Tensor to Sage. Gallia Merchant Star Atlas Summer T-shirt contest. Can you drop the link or drop it to me on DMs? We should amplify that from the community account, Shadix. Should totally amplify that one. So just send me the link. I think I saw it on X, but probably easier if you send me the link and we amplify.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. I screwed up on the flyer and put like an August 1st as the submission deadline. It's actually, we want to try to get as many as we can, at the beginning of Community Week, and then announce at the end, who the top winner is, if possible. I mean, I'm wondering if maybe if it's too short, that maybe there would be another opportunity to announce the winner, maybe later in the in the Star Atlas summer.
You know what we should do, Foul?
Yeah.
let's actually have a bounty for that, be at the golden tickets that we'll have, the community tickets. So maybe extend the deadline until, I don't know, like Wednesday, like maybe after the town hall, or Thursday or something like that during community week. And we can put a challenge up of design your own t-shirt and submit it in the Gallery Merchants tweet. And in that way, like, we'll drive a lot of traffic from community week your way. And we have a new challenge for people to participate in and win community tickets.
Yeah, so we would just so the deadline to submit would be after the town hall. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and we
Okay.
can also showcase that during the town hall. Maybe I think it's a cool challenge.
Cool.
They design a cool T-shirt for community week, and if you submit a cool thing, you win some tickets.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. All right, I'll should I just send it to you, or do you want me to drop it in here?
Send it to me in case you get banned. I don't know.
Okay. All right. I'll DM you with the link to the tweet that we put out, and then maybe I can put out a second one just saying we're going to extend the deadline. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'll let you know how many tickets we can give away.
Cool. Awesome.
If anyone has any challenges like that as well that you want to leverage, like the community carnival tickets, that will help you drive traffic. It will help us have more challenges during community week. So if you want to leverage something like that, I am happy to provide some community tickets for a challenge that you have going on, if it makes sense. I want to help you guys grow. Best commercial video, I like that. Maybe we make a vote, the community votes, and whoever gets the best commercial video wins some prizes. PG, I saw your question. When referral program? We are working with different partners to explore this. The thing is, it's been hard to follow up with everyone since now we don't really have anyone leading growth. It's basically the community team trying to do BD as well. So that reminds me to follow up with people. I'll be following up with the different people we're talking to. And I really want to have a referral program that makes sense, like gated for like people have to apply and all that, and be actually rewarding. So definitely something that we want to have, and it comes up every time that we have a meeting. So I know that it's in demand. What did Brujo post here? What is that commercial, Brujo? Polaris. Nice. Dude, Polaris Fuel, I'll tell you guys, they submitted a actually dope commercial. Like, vibes. I don't know. There's no one from Polaris here, so I can ask if we could share it, but retro vibes, vintage, absolute banger of a commercial. Also, the one that Atom submitted, dude, epic. Another epic commercial. We have a bunch of some. Get those videos ready. The Atom commercial, I'll just say, it made me want to build an empire for real. Like, it's super hypey. You'll see it during community week. It's actually super cool. I was surprised. GM Brian, you're 50 minutes late, bro. Solana call. Oh, true. You always have that Solana call during these events. I mentioned your bounty, Brian, multiple times. So maybe you get someone who can help you. We will see. We will see. Okay. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen? Anything else before we close? I'll count
all
to
good.
5. Okay. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you for joining. I'll follow up on these different bullet points. So what I have is the community tickets for the Galley merchants. Check with Infra about the data structure and if we can make that available. Check with Darwin if we can open source the program interactions little tool that he has. And I think those are all the things that I should follow up on. If I missed anything, let me know, but I think that's all we need. Don't forget to submit your videos. Brian, I didn't receive any Titan Analytics ad, so just saying. Missed opportunity. When will the final Joni voting form come out? It should be coming out today or tomorrow, my brother. Today or tomorrow. We already announced the Copa finalists, so that should be next. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you next month, as always. Appreciate you all. Of course, if you need anything before next month, just reach out. I'm available anytime. So thank you so much for joining, guys. Bye-bye.